And that leads to the quick trick to getting your partner on board. Now it's called MLK instead of WTF. So MLK stands for Martin Luther King. This is again Annie Lawless magic. So I'm actually sharing Annie Lawless magic. She said, like, you can take that magic out there. And it's like, you don't even have to credit me, but I'm crediting her because she's just an amazing friend. She's just the most beautiful person. She's transformed my life in so many ways. I can tell you right now that the emotional regulation tools that I got from her have been phenomenal in keeping me sane as I'm navigating motherhood with my kids and in dealing with my kind of toxic ex and being able to still co-parent with him. And oftentimes there's like literally a book that says you can't co-parent with a narcissist. And I've been able to still do that. And the way that she talks about relationships, I've seen this work magic with my clients and how they have these connected, beautiful relationships. They birth their baby, but they also birth a new version of themselves and their family using this method. So this is powerful. And this also is quite manipulative. So I'm just going to warn you about that. You could use this for evil, but we're not going to. We're going to use this for good. And you can use this with your kids, and you can use this with your partner, and you can use this with your boss or with your employees or with anyone in your life, even a total stranger, to get more out of them. You could use this with like customer service people. What MLK basically is again, Martin Luther King, I have a dream. So he had every reason in the world to go WTF. And you know what those acronyms stand for. I don't need to say it, but he had every reason in the world to say that. But instead, he's like, I have a dream that we will not be judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. And he had this long speech about how he has a dream. So this is how it works in the context of birth. Sweetheart, I have this dream that we are birthing at home, and I am lying in the water, and your arms are behind me, and I am just moving through these waves of contractions. And maybe there's some really hard parts, but you are just looking into my eyes during that or holding my hand, and you are telling me I've got this. And at some point, I'm pushing our baby out, and you're catching the baby in your hands, and then you're bringing that baby up to my chest, and they're nursing. And it's just this beautiful connected experience. And I look into your eyes, and I just tell you how much I love you. That's what I really want. And your partner might be like, whoa, that's like really kind of scary. You want to have a home birth? You want to do this yourself? Like, what if something goes wrong? But because you're coming to it, it's like, I understand. I know. It seems like it would be something that would be a little scary. And I'm willing to listen to some of those fears. And, I've done a lot of research around this. And, it's actually not as scary as so many people would have you to believe. And here's something that I learned. You just throw out one little anecdote. You don't toss a whole bunch of articles at them, because that's going to be like, whoa, I don't want to read all this. I don't know, babe. But if you're like, and if you want to go deeper, you could watch this video with me. Or if you want to go deeper, like there's this passage in this book, or there's this thing, or I've got this, or you can talk to this person. Like, you go in and you enroll them so that they start to think. It's like, she's really, really committed to this. It sounds like she's done a lot of thought processing on it. She doesn't seem afraid at all. Even when I brought up my fears, she just really believes in it. She thinks I can do this. I mean, I don't think I can do this. I'm really freaked out. Like I'm scared. I'm so freaking terrified. I mean, the thought of catching the baby, like what if I drop the baby? What if like something happens, the cords around the neck? Like, I don't know. But like, it sounds beautiful at the same time, because, like staring into her eyes after like the baby's born, and like she's going to be more connected to me, and she's going to see me as a hero. She's going to be even more in love with me then as she is now, because I'm doing this. And like I get to hold her, And I actually have a role, and she's like, it does sound nice. I need to think about this for a little bit. And then you can be like, and if you want to think about it, that's great. But like, this is something that I really, really would like. And then you drop it. And if they say, I don't know, I'm really not sold on it. It's like, well, I get that. And, it's something that I would really, really love it. It would make me feel so much better. And, like the thought of being in the hospital with like all of those interventions and like, I'm not really good at, I'll crumble under the pressure and I'm afraid I'm going to get a C-section. If I get a C-section, I'm just going to be devastated and it's just going to affect so much. It's going to affect the way I feel about my body, probably about the baby, probably going to have depression. I probably won't be able to recover as fast. I won't be able to have sex because I'll be so traumatized. The thought of having people stick fingers in my cervix, like if you even had a traumatic birth already, you can add more to that. You can actually bring in story of what happened last time and remind them. It's like, remember how hard it was and how devastated I was. Like, I don't want to go through that again. I just can't go through that again. But even if it's your first baby, you say, I'm too scared. Like I technically did a little bit of this without knowing when I was talking about home birth the first time. I just didn't realize there's two different types of partners, okay? So there's the one that is doing this because they love and support you, and then there's the ones that are doing it only for their own selfish reasons and because there's something in it for them. So if you are with your practice person that you are going to start to see afterwards, it's like maybe something's not working. If you use the MLK method, you will be able to find out whether they are truly going to be able to step into the role of your true love partner or if they were practice. And yes, I know it can be terrifying thinking about ending the marriage, but I can guarantee that if you rise up, he will either rise up with you or he will fall away, and you will actually be okay with that because that will call in someone else who is more aligned with what you need in the world. And he might even be a much better partner than the one you had before. So, I mean, I know this because I was clinging to it, but I used MLK. Once I learned that method, I used MLK, but I could see when I was using it and I was sharing my fears and doubts and I was being with that open heart and just not being attached to the outcome. He just kept trying to have his way or the highway, and he did not care about my fears. So if your partner doesn't care about your feelings and doesn't actually want to help you, well, then you can do the MLK still, but you also need to think, what would make them change their mind? What little nugget that could I give them that's completely selfish and just disgusting, but thinking about that, what would really be in it for them? So for me, my partner really just wanted to stay home and do the home birth thing so that he could get drunk and he could get high and he could go off to the liquor store. And he literally went to the liquor store during my labor. So he was like, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to drive her anywhere. Awesome. I don't really have to like behave, because in the hospital he had been bored, and he'd actually said, I was bored because I couldn't do anything, and this time I get to drink, so it's awesome. Like when he was selling home birth to his friends, he's basically saying, yeah, and you can like stay home and have beers and your wife can do her thing and you just have a beer. So if you do have that kind of partner, you'll be able to still find a way, find that selfish thing that will get them to be like, oh, I don't have to do very much. Because they might also think that home birth means they have to do more work. When really what it is like, you're going to save money by doing this instead. Because yeah, we pay up front, but the insurance will reimburse because it's cheaper than going to the hospital, and the insurance only pays so much and you'd have to pay premiums. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And if you have any questions around this in terms of what your partner's selfish need might be, if you can't do MLK for someone who truly is a trampoline for your dreams and a sanctuary for your heart, you can always send me a message, carly@empoweringmomsbirth.com, and I can help you with that. Okay. But MLK works. It really does. So again, you have to be resourceful. You have to have your shield up. You have to have your truth. You have to have your faith in your ability to do it. You have to have your ultimate dream, your vision. And then you bring that. You say, I have this vision. You can take it or not. It's here. You can take it or not. But if you take it, if you take this vision with me, go on this journey, it's going to be incredible. Yeah, there's going to be some challenges. Oh yeah, there's totally a dragon that we're going to have to slay along the way, and you're probably going to have to do this too, but you're going to have to step into more of a powerful role. But the view and the treasure that awaits us, the glory that awaits us, oh hero of mine, we must go together in this, because I can't go alone. I mean, I can. It's just going to be harder for me to go alone, but I can do it. However, with you by my side, oh, I can do so much more. That is the most powerful trick that you can use. And I use it with my kids too. I say to my son, I say, Hunter, I love you so much, and I have a dream that I'm able to do my work and I'm able to do my magic. And you know how much it lights me up to do this. And you know that it's going to allow us to go to Disneyland and to be able to take you to the beach whenever in the summertime and to do these fun things. And I have all this flexibility in my time because I'm doing my business. But I have a dream that when I'm doing my thing, that you bring me food. Because you know what? When you've brought me food in the past, it just makes me so happy. You cook the eggs just right. You do them better than I can. I mean, I could cook my own eggs, but yours are just so good. And, you know, like it just makes me so happy when I'm on my summits and I'm doing my events, or I'm in a class and I'm on Zoom all day. And suddenly you bring me a plate of scrambled eggs. And I wasn't expecting it, Hunter, but I love it. I love it that you did that. You think that boy's going to keep doing that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They keep doing it because, again, you're showing that love. So it's you lead with love. You have your vision. You know what you want. You know you can do it yourself, but you're leading with that love. And I have a dream, and reflecting their magnificence back at them, instead of being like, you know, it'd be really nice if you would like give me something, because like I work so hard, and like I'm frustrated because you're not doing what you need to do, and like the house is a mess. Like instead of that, you go, I have a dream and this is what it is. And are you going to come along? And I guarantee this works so well. And it even works with a narcissistic ex, because I found ways to get that too. So again, if you want to know more about the MLK method, though, I really suggest you check out Annie Lala to go deeper with it. And like her magic is just going into a class with her, even like an hour, it's just like the best hour of your life in terms of what you're going to walk away with. You're going to feel loved up. You're going to feel confident. You're going to get tools. Like she shares her little hacks and magic in what you need to do to enroll people into your dream. And then you have a lot less conflict in your life.